Today, it's as we'll see Kyler Murray and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. When you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him.
He goes left side, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
On the offensive side of the ball, I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their team.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think.
Brown, second and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a third and goal situation. They'll give it here to Brown. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
Chargers 3.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hand my over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate this. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jersey, not the opposition.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag route, favoring stride of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rolling to his left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Myers Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
To kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup there.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Herbert now on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn to either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
49-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On second down, Goddard, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Chargers 3.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Shakes off the sit, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Sack. A loss of 7 yards.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Steps away. Now he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. From the gun, Murray. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he knocks it through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Herbert on first down now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
On second down, here's Herbert. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Banks. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And that'll wind up moving again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at a boundary line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. And it's caught. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on second and 1. To the air again, Herbert. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because I always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a throw to the end zone on.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Herbert throwing again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Herbert, third and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Touchdown.
An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
First and 10. At their own 3.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score a garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throw complete to the tight end Morgan. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now down at the 20-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Shotgun now for Murray. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To throw again. Murray. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. Got his man complete over the middle. That's short. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And this one getting ugly early. A 17-point game at the half. Christian Kirk, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And at the half, they trail the visiting Jets in that ball game. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. The Broncos trying to hold on and claim victory. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. A nice little juke. And in hindsight, probably should have taken
16-yard line.
the Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Morgan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's short. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And that's good.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
40-yard line.
First down, Murray rolling to his left. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. The 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 20.
Throwing again. Murray buying time to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line.
At the 12-yard line.
12 yards there as they move the chains. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. After the turnover, here's Murray. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Good. Makes the score Seahawks 20, Chargers 13.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call a sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He'll have a first down past the 40. Look at the big man rumble. The 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun, Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Kyler Murray sacked.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Pulled in at the 24. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Now a dump off here complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
19 yards there on the catch and run. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Banks. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down 24-20, a little over a minute to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. He'll look to throw. Steps away. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's short. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. To throw is Murray. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Murray, he's used to moving fast at Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete in the end zone.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Metcalf, incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Murray, one final try. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Chargers, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch